Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Super late this morning. I wanted to wait until I had the house to myself. That way I didn't have to rush. And I just don't like streaming in front of Mark. It makes me nervous. I don't know why. Anyways, Tammy, good morning. Cement Shoes, good morning. How are y'all doing? Did y'all have a good weekend? I got to diamond painting all weekend and totally forgot about doing my member stream Saturday night. I apologize for that. I've been inconsistent lately, and I need to get better at being consistent for sure. But I've made some progress on my diamond paint. It is so cute. Hey, Vicky. Good morning. Mm. So I got up this morning. Of course, I had to look up see what was going on with Harmony's case, and it looks like Saturday. For y'all that don't know, that may watch the replay, Harmony Montgomery, 7 years old, missing from Manchester, New Hampshire. I believe she hasn't been seen since late October, November 2019, and she was just reported missing around December 31st. Anyways, they were back at the house Saturday that she used to live in with her biological what do you call him? He's not a dad. Biological father, where she used to live with him. They were searching that residence again. Now, there's people that live at that address now that have no ties to this case. But I have a couple articles we're going to read this morning. I think Harmony's mother had a vigil for her over the weekend, and she's revealed some new details about when the last time she saw Harmony. So first, hey, Mom. So first, let's read this, and then we're going to go over the timeline. Let's see. Sperm donor. Thank you, Tammy. I don't want to call him a dad. I've always heard this. I could have this backwards, but I've always heard anybody can be a father. It takes a real man to be a dad. That's what I've always heard. Maybe I've got it mixed up, but okay. Frantic hunt. Harmony Montgomery's last known home searched as mom reveals new details about when she last saw a missing 7-year-old. Okay. The missing 7-year-old girl's last known 2019 residence on Guilford Street in Manchester, New Hampshire was searched by police Saturday morning. There's her mom. She looks sober to me. However, officials have yet to reveal why they followed through with another search after conducting one at the home last weekend. In a statement released Saturday, New Hampshire Attorney General John Formella said, due to the ongoing investigation, no additional information will be released at this time. I can understand that. Officials asked the public to respect the privacy of the current residents and to stay off their property as the investigation continues. Oh, yeah, because they know there's a bunch of weirdos here on YouTube that like to go protest and harass people, impede on the investigation. I think that's the correct word. Manchester Police Chief Alan Aldenberg previously said that the current homeowner of the address is not involved but cooperating in the case. Okay, do I need to read that again to all you weirdos? The police chief previously said the current homeowner of the address is not involved but cooperating in the case. So that means all you weirdos stay away from that house. Aldenberg also noted at one point Harmony was seen at the address, and that's why he had some interest. And if we need to continue to have interest in that address, we will. Following the search, a vigil was also held on Saturday by Crystal Sorey, Harmony's biological mother. Crystal attended the candlelight vigil for her in a park with friends and family. In a public message to her missing daughter, Crystal told NBC 10 Boston, "Hi, baby. If you can see me and hear me, I want you to know that I never stopped looking for you, and I won't stop fighting until I find you, okay? You stay strong, and Mommy's right here fighting for you. I love you." She has faith that, even though she hasn't seen Harmony in years, she's still alive. I don't feel like she's gone. I just don't feel that in my heart, Crystal said. Like I don't feel like I lost her. And a mother knows. A mother knows if your baby's here or not. I know she's here. The vigil comes after Crystal revealed new details about the last time she saw her daughter. Crystal claims she saw her daughter during a FaceTime call with Adam Montgomery, Harmony's biological father, around Easter 2019. Crystal stated Adam was visible in the background of the video call, read court documents. Crystal recalled that H.M. Harmony seemed frightened and believed that was the last time she actually saw her daughter. Since then, Adam cut off all ties with Crystal and the family, the affidavit says. Harmony was reported missing to the Manchester Police Department over 2 years later in November 2021 by her mother. Members of the police department tried to track down Adam Montgomery around December to talk to him and other family members to ensure that Harmony was safe. Officers were unable to get in contact with Adam, but were able to speak with family members who associated with him. Detective Christopher Abel was able to contact Adam's brother Michael Montgomery on December 30th, court documents say. Michael recalled during his last physical contact with Harmony and Adam, he had concerns that Adam was physically abusive towards Harmony, read the documents. Michael had said that Adam was allegedly super short with Harmony and told authorities that other family members said that Adam had given a girl a black eye. Did none of these family members report this? Guess not. Adam was arrested on January 4th, charged with endangering the welfare of a child. However, it's still unknown where Harmony is. Meanwhile, the stepmonster of the missing New Hampshire girl has been arrested after she allegedly continued to claim food stamp benefits for Harmony for more than a year after she was last seen. Greedy bitch. Anyone with information about Harmony's case is urged to call the Manchester Police Department 603-203-6060. There's the house that they've been searching on Guilford Street. Look at little Harmony. Bless her little heart. Okay, let's see. I think that's it for that article. There's that step monster. Look, looks like she's not washed or brushed her hair in a long time. Looks strung out on drugs to me. So allegedly, her and Adam, Kayla Montgomery, the step monster, and Adam are not together. We're not together. So why did she still have Harmony on her food stamp application? According to Kayla, Adam told her that he was taking Harmony back in 2019 to her mom, but yet Kayla still drew food stamp benefits for her. No greedy bitch. Hey, Mike, RNA, CC, what is an update on Delphi on the right side of the screen? Oh, let me go look. Let me go back and pull it up. I just clicked out, but I can pull it back up. Was there something about Delphi? I didn't even see it. Hold on. I don't see it pulled up. Let me just punch it in on my phone and we'll see. Before we go over the timeline for Harmony's disappearance. I didn't see nothing about a Delphi, however you say it. I don't think there is an update. The last thing I seen was a month ago. You know, that weirdo had that fake account and he was messaging underage girls. Okay, the last thing I see on this from the Sun is Delphi murder victim's mom blasts cops and launches podcast to solve killings. Let me see when the date is on this. Okay, this one's January 31st, 2020. That was last year. Hopefully, there is a break in that case. I feel like they're going to solve those murders. I feel like it's going to take a while, but eventually it will be solved. I mean, look at the cases they're solving this day and time from 30 years ago, cold cases. I feel like it's just a matter of time. Okay, let's go to the. It was one of those one paragraph things where it said something about chilling last moments. Okay, let me go back and see. Let me give it time to load here. Relight my secret. Okay. Let me give it time to load up. Recommended for you. Let's see. Now it's not going to show it. Okay, right here. I found it. Cement Shoes. Last Moments Alive. Let's see when this was published. Oh, 2022. That's January 1st. Cement Shoes. Inside final hours of girl 14 murdered by Delphi Snapchat killer as sister reveals their last words to each other. Oh my gosh. We can take a look at that real quick before we move on and do the timeline. Y'all know I'm not professional. I'm not damn organized. I do things my own way. Okay. Kelsey German, 21, was among one of the last people to see her 14-year-old sister, Libby, alive. Okay. Then 17, Kelsey had been at home on the morning of February 13th, 2017, when Libby, who had the day off from school, asked her if she could drive both her and her friend Abigail Williams, 13, to the Delphi Historic Trails. Kelsey had plans to meet up with her boyfriend later that afternoon before going to work and initially told Libby no. But believing she had been a bad sister of late, not hanging out with her younger sister as often as she should, a guilt-riddled Kelsey eventually agreed to take the girls just after 1:30 p.m., provided they found their own ride home. At the time, I just didn't feel as though I'd been taking her enough places or spending as much time as we should, so eventually I agreed if she could find someone else to pick her up again. And then a little while later, she came back and said, okay, Dad will come pick us up if you drop us off. Kelsey then made the short drive to the trails with Abby and Libby, dropping them off just after 1:35 p.m. Before driving away, Kelsey recalled for The Sun how she told Libby she loved her, a sentiment that was echoed back by the young teen. My family has always been really big on making sure you tell everybody that you love them and goodbye each time you hang up the phone or leave the house. We've always said goodbye, I love you, and I'll see you later. I remember making sure that they had their sweatshirts, Kelsey reflected. I told her that I loved her, and she said it back, just like any other time we were leaving each other. Libby then turned her back and walked away with Abby. That was the last time Kelsey would see her sister alive. Survivor's guilt. Libby and Abby never failed to meet her father at a prearranged pickup location later that afternoon. This says Libby and Abby never failed to meet her father. I don't know if that's a mistake, at a prearranged pickup location that afternoon. After an extensive search of the area, the bodies were found the following day on a steep embankment about a half-mile upstream from the Moon High Bridge Trail, where Libby had uploaded her final Snapchat post a day earlier. Police have never publicly released how Libby and Abby were killed. Their killer has also still not been found. Kelsey says she has relived the hours leading up to the girls' deaths over and over again in her mind every day for the last 4.5 years. Every time something new happens in the case, I have to relive those moments, Kelsey said. I think you learn a lot about yourself when something like this happens. When I look back on it, I just now try not to feel guilty about what happened or what I could have done differently. I think survivor's guilt is a real thing. It most definitely is. And it's so difficult to leap over. Every time something happens to you, it strikes you again. That's the truth. I have survivor's guilt. Even after all this time, when you know there's absolutely nothing you could have done, there's still something inside of you that's going to say, what if I would have done this different? Or what if I never dropped them off? And that's still a big obstacle for me. That's one of the biggest things I've had to cope with is learning how not to feel guilty about something you couldn't have changed even if you'd wanted to. Lingering questions. Kelsey said she cannot remember Libby nor Abby specifying why they wanted to visit the historic trails that day. She said they didn't say whether or not they had plans to meet up with anyone else inside the park. Remembering February 13th, 2017 as a warm day, she said she believes the pair wanted to go out and do something rather than being stuck in the house all day. And so they were like, hey, let's go to this place, Kelsey theorized. It's a pretty normal place to go and take pictures, hang out, or talk to each other. So I think it was just something fun to do on a nice day. It's really like one of the only things you can do in Delphi other than getting food. Look at them. So that's Kelsey and Libby. There's the weirdo that was with them. The hours, days, weeks, even months after the death of her sister are a blur for Kelsey, she said. From the moment Libby and Abby's bodies were identified, Kelsey said it's difficult for her to recall anything that happened in the weeks that followed. Repressed memories from that time will sometimes present themselves in fragments, she said. She'll remember someone being in a room near her that she previously couldn't, or receiving a letter or gift from a friend or a sympathetic stranger. Other members of her family have reportedly suffered from a similar trauma induced mental block regarding the months and weeks after Libby's death. See, I have that problem with my memory too. I witnessed a suicide, and it's a blur. It's a blur. That day is a blur for me. Some things I can remember, but the actual moment is kind of blurry. Okay, one thing the German family will never forget, however, is the outpouring in our community of just so many people who were there for us, Kelsey said. It was amazing, she recounted. It was just so humbling knowing that all of those people were there for you at one of the hardest times of your life, suffering unimaginable grief. That support, Kelsey added, has never wavered. It's also extended beyond the local community, with restless true crime fanatics and justice seekers keeping the story alive through podcasts, blog posts, and on discussion boards. It's amazing how many people are still there supporting us. Every time something happens, we get put back out in the media. It just brightens our hope. It gives us so much faith in all the people that are out there, Kelsey said. I thought that over time people would forget or they'd stop talking about it or stop looking, but that hasn't been the case at all. People will continue to come and support us and share this information, and it's just amazing. The outpour of support is just so encouraging. Part of the reason the case is still alive and active today, Kelsey believes, is because of the bravery shown by Libby in her final moments of life, when the teen mustered the courage to record a short clip of the man that police believe killed her. Vital clip. The video shows a white man dressed in faded jeans, a hoodie, a blue jacket with his hands in his pocket, walking towards the eighth graders on a bridge. Libby then slipped her phone into her pocket and continued recording chillingly. She captured her killer, gruffly instructing the pair to go down the hill. I'm tremendously proud of her, Kelsey told The Sun. I don't think she imagined at the time it would be such a big thing. I think she was just taking a video to show us later and say, hey, look at this really weird guy that was out on the bridge earlier. And this is what he looked like. But the fact that she did take the video and she thought something wasn't right and she had to take it, it just amazes me. It just amazes me that she was able to think of that at that moment. I don't know where the case would be if we didn't have that video, she added. I think that's one thing that intrigues people about the case to continue to look at it. This is a long article. Okay. Hunting for clues. Kelsey estimated that she has watched and listened to the clip thousands of times. She claimed to watch it almost every day in the hope of discovering a new detail or jogging a repressed memory. I see it all over every day. I'll just be scrolling through my social media and people will post it back to me and I'll watch it again every time, Kelsey said. I just keep listening. And every time I do, I just know that that person did did such awful things or a thing to my sister. And it's so sad that we just know the voice, but we don't know the face and we don't have any answers yet. Kelsey added, so I just continue to listen to it and hope that someday I'll recognize that person or meet somebody and I'll know that voice. And then I'll be like, that's him. That's the person in the video. Police, like Kelsey, have previously suggested that Libby Abbey's killer may live locally. During a press conference in 2019, Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter even went as far to say the killer could be sat in the room with them. Directly to the killer, who may be in the room, we believe you're hiding in plain sight, Carter said. We've likely interviewed you or someone close to you. We also believe this person is from Delphi, currently or has previously lived there, visits Delphi on a regular basis, or works here, he added. Killer hiding in plain sight. Kelsey's belief the killer lives or may have once lived locally stems from the idea that the trail near to where the two girls' bodies were found is difficult to simply stumble across, she said. I've always thought that he has to know the area somehow, she said. I think that track is very hard to find if you don't know it's there already. So that's something I've also bought into, Kelsey continued, that he's either from Delphi or that he spent a lot of time here. She's turned into a pretty young lady. Kelsey said she has long struggled with the notion that her sister's killer could be lurking in the community around her. She said she's terrified by the idea that she may have encountered the culprit on the street or served him as a customer at her work. I think this person could be anyone, she said. Obviously, at this point, it could have been somebody else I was familiar with at one point in my life. Maybe I just met him at Dairy Queen, where I was at work one day and he came in and ordered a chocolate milkshake, but I haven't remembered his voice yet for whatever reason. I could have met him, but we don't know. And we don't know that it didn't happen either, which is terrifying. I could have walked past him on my college campus or in the grocery store, or he could be sitting next to me in psych class. He could be working with people that I know or walking past me when I'm looking at Christmas lights. He could be right there in front of us, and we have no idea. It's a frightening thought. Okay, so here's about the catfish link. Police have never formally named a suspect in the murders of Libby and Abby, though several people have been questioned in regards to the killing. In a rare update issued earlier this month, Indiana State Police said they were seeking information about a bogus social media profile called Anthony underscore Shots that may be linked to the case. The department asked anyone who interacted with the account on Snapchat or Instagram to come forward for information. Investigators didn't specify why they believed the account may be linked to the girl's death, nor disclosed whether either Libby or Abby had interacted with the account. However, they did say the culprit behind it used stolen images of a male model and projected a contrived, flashy lifestyle to groom underage girls and to solicit nude images, obtain their addresses, and attempt to meet them. The man who set up the account has since been identified as Keegan Anthony Klein, a 27-year-old from Peru, Indiana, who last year was arrested for 30 felonies, including possession of child porn, exploitation of children, and soliciting minors for sex. Those charges stem from a search of his home on February 25th, 2017, just 11 days after the bodies of Libby and Abby were found in Delphi. According to the affidavit, Klein admitted to investigators that he used a series of fake social media profiles on Instagram and Snapchat to contact underage girls and solicit nude images from them. One of those accounts was Anthony underscore Shots, which he set up in 2016, around 6 months before his house was raided. It's unclear whether Klein is currently being investigated as a suspect in relation to the murders, or why it took more than 3 years to arrest him on child porn charges. In a statement released last week, the department said such questions are certainly relevant, but declined to comment further. During the last nearly 5 years, we have conducted dozens of secondary investigations based on information we received. One of those investigations included a possession of child pornography case resulting in the arrest of Keegan Klein. The information we have, and continue to receive concerning Klein has embedded and flowed over the last few years. The statement continued. We know there is an enormous interest in the why of everything we do, but we cannot and will not speculate. One day you will have the opportunity to see and know what we do, and we look forward to that day. Okay. And I think the rest of that is just remembering the girls. Hey, this was clickbait, cement shoes. I think this was clickbait. By the title of this article, we thought, it made it look like there was something new that was going to be revealed about their last words. I thought it meant like last words, like to each other. Is what I thought, but it was like last words between like the sisters. I'm shocked no one can identify his walk and look. And he could not be from the area. He could live close to the area, just not that town, and know that trail really good. Because we got a lot of trails around here, and there's a lot of people that come over from Kentucky and Tennessee and hike those trails and know them very well. Even though they're not from here, they visit them all the time. Cement shoes. I know. I totally thought that they meant what Abby and Libby said to each other. That's what I thought too, cement shoes. That's why I read it. That's why I read the article. Hey, it's all good. That case needs to be talked about so nobody forgets, which it needs to be in the media more. But there's no update, so it's not been. It could very well be this Anthony Shots guy, this Klein guy that was behind that account. Oh, something I was going to tell y'all about Snapchat, and I didn't know until my son told me. Timothy was sitting here one day, he has Snapchat, and he says, "Oh, my friend's next door." I said, "Well, how do you know that? Have you talked to him?" He said, "No, I can look where he's at on Snapchat. It showed that young man's location, exactly what house he was at." And I told Timothy, I said, "That's not safe." So, I mean, some predator could have found the girls through their Snapchat and showed up there. I think it's a good possibility they could have been talking to this weirdo online through Snapchat somehow. I feel like it may be somebody they know. What was it that he said? Down the hill, guys? Maybe he's a coach or something. Let me go look at, let's look at the live chat here. Then we're going to get back on Harmony. Sorry to anybody watching the replay. We thought that article was going to reveal something new, and it just damn clickbaited us. Okay, so let's go over the timeline for Harmony Montgomery. I hate to say it, but I disagree with her mother, which I don't think that Harmony is safe and sound, and I hope and pray that I'm wrong, but I just have a bad feeling. The police has been there twice, searching the house. First time they was in the backyard. I don't know Saturday if they were back there digging or not, but they wouldn't be back there digging unless they thought she was buried back there. We may be able to listen to this video without me reading everything. Let's see. I didn't listen to it this morning. Okay, there's going to be a stinking ad. Oh, it's just got damn words. I'll get in trouble for that music. Okay. There's no use to play that. I'll just read it. Hey, Bubba. Smokey's up. Authorities in New Hampshire are investigating the disappearance of a young girl, Harmony Montgomery, who's believed to have not been seen since 2019 at the age of 5. She wasn't reported missing until the end of last year. Since her disappearance came to light, her father and stepmother have been arrested on charges related to her well-being. Police are actively investigating and searching for the girl, with the reward nearly $100,000 being offered for information. Here is everything to know about Harmony Montgomery and her family in connection with her disappearance. Okay. In December 2021, police in Manchester, New Hampshire shared on Facebook they'd received a report that a 7-year-old girl named Harmony Montgomery had not been seen since late 2019. Police asked for the public's help locating the child, saying the circumstances surrounding this prolonged absence are very concerning. Police said they first became aware of the case when they received a call from the girl's mother, Crystal Sorey, who lives in Massachusetts, in November 2021. She had been trying to locate her daughter for months, but said she had been blocked by her ex-husband from contacting her. Sorey had to surrender Harmony to the state in the summer of 2018. After that, the girl's father, Adam, secured sole custody in February 2019 and moved her to New Hampshire. Crystal originally told officers in November 2021 that she hadn't seen Harmony in over 6 months, but then said it had been since Easter 2019 when she video chatted with the father and Harmony, according to the police affidavit. Manchester Police Chief Alan Oldenburg determined Harmony was last seen by police at a home in the city in October 2019. Police responded to a service call there and had no reason to return to the address after that. Police said in December 2021 they had made contact with Adam Montgomery and other family members to speak about Harmony. An affidavit said police told the father Harmony had not been physically observed in over 2 years and that we had concerns for whether or not she was still alive. In early January 2022, Adam Montgomery and Harmony's stepmother were arrested separately on charges related to her well-being. Police are still investigating the circumstances of the girl's disappearance and actively looking for her. On Saturday, January 8th, police searched the last known residence for the girl in Manchester. Look at little bitch boy right there. It's a little teardrop. Harmony's father, Adam Montgomery, reportedly has had sole custody of the girl since February 2019. He is currently facing charges related to her well-being. In December 2021, police made contact with Adam, 31, when they found him sleeping in a vehicle. He said initially that Harmony was fine and he had seen her recently, but then later said he hadn't seen her since her mother picked her up in Manchester around Thanksgiving 2019. See, there's something new I learned. I didn't know he lied to police. I didn't know he had told them that she was fine and he'd recently seen her. Hey, Bubby, hold on. It's looking for me. Police told Montgomery they were concerned his daughter had not been physically observed in over... Okay, I never read that. Didn't I don't know. I'm going to read it again. Police told Montgomery they were concerned his daughter had not been physically observed in over 2 years. We had concern for whether or not she was still alive, the affidavit said. Adam did not exhibit much emotion or reaction to this, adding he believed she was with her mother. He eventually stopped answering questions. What are you crying about, Bubba? He was arrested on several charges on January the 4th, 2022, including a second-degree assault charge stemming from 2019 conduct against Harmony, as well as charges of interfering with custody and child endangerment. Police accused him of purposely violating a duty of care, protection, or support by failing to know where she has been since late 2019, the last reported sighting of Harmony. Okay, let me carry Smokey down the steps, guys. I'll be right back. I'm so sorry. Bye. You always get up at the most inconvenient times, mister. No, lady. You can go out when I'm done. My gosh, guys. These dogs drive me crazy. Okay. Fox News reported in 2019 conduct against Harmony involved Adam Montgomery allegedly punching Harmony, who is visually impaired and blind in one eye, in the face, leaving her with a black eye. In a December 2021 interview with police, Harmony's great uncle told officers he saw her with a black eye in July 2019. He said Harmony told him he hit her after he had seen his daughter. He said Montgomery told him he hit her after he'd seen his daughter holding her hand over her younger brother's mouth to stop him from crying. The family member said he notified the state's child protective services. Oh, thank God. I didn't know if they did or not. Adam Montgomery has a criminal history of violence, which includes pleading guilty to shooting a man in a drug-fueled robbery in 2014. Okay, so he has shot a man. He has a criminal history, and they gave Harmony back to him. They gave him custody of her. Something's wrong with that. He had not guilty pleas entered on his behalf earlier this month by his lawyer for the charges connected to Harmony's disappearance. He has been jailed without bail. There's the ugly Kayla Montgomery. Damn, I wish she'd brush her hair. Harmony's Montgomery's stepmother, Kayla Montgomery, is also facing charges in connection with her disappearance. She was arrested January 5th and has been charged with welfare fraud for collecting food stamps in the girl's name. Police said between December 2019 and June 2021, Kayla Montgomery obtained over $1,500 in food stamp benefits by failing to remove Harmony from the family state assistance account. Despite the fact that Harmony was no longer living with Kayla and Adam, she pleaded not guilty. Earlier, in an interview with police on New Year's Eve, Kayla Montgomery, who shares 3 children with her husband, ages 4, 2, and 1, said she last saw Harmony in November or December 2019. She said her husband was driving Harmony to the child's mother in Massachusetts. She said she believed Harmony had been returned to her mother and never saw or heard about Harmony after that date, according to the police document. You didn't ask your freaking husband anything about her ever again? Something's not right with that. I don't know if I believe that crap. Kayla also told police she hadn't seen Adam since October and had not spoken to him since November. Harmony's mother, Crystal Sorey, told police she had lost custody of Harmony to the state in 2018, in part to substance abuse. She said she last saw her daughter during a FaceTime video call with Adam around Easter 2019. Crystal told police since then she unsuccessfully made attempts to find Harmony by contacting various schools, driving by addresses associated with Adam. She said last year he and his partner had blocked all communication from her. Fox News reported Crystal had been sharing concerns over Harmony's well-being with Blair and Jonathan Miller, a couple who fostered and eventually adopted Harmony's younger brother, Jameson. The two were also actively trying to make a connection with Harmony and told Crystal multiple times they'd adopt her if the need arose. On November 18, 2021, Crystal reported Harmony missing to the Manchester Police Department. So she reported her missing to the police department November 18, 2021. How come we didn't find out about Harmony missing to the end of December? The police didn't do their first press conference about this till December 31st. Crystal made her first public appearance at a candlelight vigil on January 8th after authorities searched the last known residence for her daughter. That's twice they've searched that. I just don't feel that in my heart, Crystal told NBC 10 Boston. Like, I don't feel like I lost her. And a mother knows. A mother knows if your baby's here or not. I know she's here. Okay. Harmony Montgomery's brother. Harmony spent time in foster care with her younger biological brother, Jameson. In June 2019, a couple began fostering the boy and eventually adopted him later that year in November. Blair Miller, a Washington, D.C. based television news reporter, and his husband, Jonathan Miller, are the adoptive parents of Jameson. Fox News has spoken with the couple who said they repeatedly told Harmony's mother that they were willing to adopt the girl if need be. The couple actively tried to make contact with Harmony throughout the past 2 years, as they said Jameson missed her and that he'd cry at night for her. The couple said they weren't able to speak with Harmony and kept in touch with Crystal about her communication attempts with the girl's father, Adam Montgomery. Hold on, guys. Let me carry Bubby up the steps. Doggone it. Lord have mercy. Come on, mister. Here you go. Oh my gosh, guys, this is what my life is like 24/7, even in the middle of the night. Okay. Harmony's Montgomery reward. Manchester police set up a 24-hour tip line this week, offered nearly $100,000 in rewards in an effort to find Harmony. They said they were looking to find her with the State Division for Children, Youth, and Families and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Okay. So I'm just wondering, like, why the mom, if she'd been looking for her for what, almost 2 years, why that she didn't call the police, like, hey, fat baby Toodles, like a long time ago. That lady looks like she was rode hard and put up wet. Hey, Shelby. That's a saying I say sometimes. She does. She looks like she not brushed her damn hair in 10 damn years. Hey, it looks like you could turn her upside down and scrub you down inside of your stove with her. Her hair looks like a damn Brillo pad. People can do better than that. I'd say, well, according to the neighbors, when Adam and Kayla lived up at that Guilford Street or whatever, that house was just like a hoarder's inside, just nasty inside. Uh, I think the bank took that house back and they didn't move out for nearly like almost a year after the bank foreclosed on it, something like that. Had a big generator outside running in the middle of summer, wires going through the window, a bunch of kids living there. I wonder why the neighbors didn't report that. If I see something like that, you know, I'm going to have no choice but to report it to CPS. Like, I'm not a person that likes to snitch on people. I've never snitched on nobody in my life. But when it comes to a kid, if you see something, say something. If you got a bad feeling about something, pick up the phone and make a phone call. If there's nothing wrong, then no harm, no foul, right? But if you've got a gut feeling, you see little kids and, they're not cleaned up and dressed appropriately for the winter. They're out, running wild. Hey, pick up the phone and call CPS. If there's nothing wrong, then there's nothing wrong. But I just don't know how people lay their heads down at night knowing that they think a child's being abused and they've not done nothing about it. Fat baby scrubbed the inside of the oven. Never heard that one. It's funny as crap. I just come up with that one. Fat baby. I just come up with that one. Her damn hair does look like a damn Brillo pad. Sure God does. Look at it. Hold on. Let's screen share this again. Now, if she goes around looking like that, imagine what her kids look like. They're probably not cleaned up either. She must stay pregnant. Them kids is about to say she got 3 by Adam Montgomery, and they're real close in age. What was it? 4, 2, and 1, something like that. Look at that. Nasty hair mess. Oh, greedy bitch. Oh, welfare bitch. Sitting there drawing food stamps on a child she don't even know where the child's at. And I don't know if I believe her story about Adam telling her that he was taking Harmony back to her mother. She's probably just saying that to keep her own butt out of trouble. She probably really knows what happened to Harmony. She was probably abusing her too. It's my opinion. I don't got no facts to back that up, but I just feel like she had to have known about it. How is it that, a kid could be abused in somebody's home and they wouldn't have no inkling that was going on? Especially when a kid's running around with a black eye. Allegedly, that son of a bitch, Adam, made Harmony scrub the toilet, wasn't it the toilet with her toothbrush? I'd like to hold his head down in an old dirty toilet. I swear to God I would. That son of a bitch, I know he did something to her. I think he started beating on her and beat her to death. That's what I think. I hope I'm wrong. Maybe the neighbors were just as crappy as the dad and Brillo had stepmom. Well, they had to have been because I read an article, when was that, Friday? And it was one of the neighbors speaking out. They wanted to be anonymous, but they were talking about how filthy the house was inside, how they didn't have any electricity running over there. She saw a generator running during the summer and wires going through the window. So she saw a lot. She knew something wasn't right. She knew that wasn't safe too, and evidently she didn't do anything about it. A lot of people, they just don't want to get involved. Don't people know you can make anonymous report to CPS if you don't want to give your name? If I know the child's being abused, I'll give them my name, address, telephone number. I don't give a damn. Speaking of children being abused, there's some more cases in the true crime news this morning I would like to take a look at. Hold on. I want to look at the mother who was caught on camera tossing her newborn baby into a dumpster. Let me see if this has got the video with it. Where's this at? Hobbs, New Mexico. 18-year-old mother of a newborn charged with child abuse, attempted murder after leaving the infant in a dumpster. Let me get the ads down and I'll screen share. I was talking to Mark about this. I said, I know there's people that's going to come out and say, oh, she was young and scared. No excuse. 18 years old, you know better than that. My mom was pregnant when she was 15, had my brother, and she was almost 16 when she got pregnant. But, she didn't do nothing crazy like that. There's a lot of young, good mothers in the world. Teenage mothers, they're good mothers. They don't go out and do evil stuff like this. Let's look at this. Can we go full screen? Oh, stinking ad.
Be free.
Damn, cigarette lighter. Shouldn't be smoking in here. I like to break the rules. I usually don't smoke in here.
Good evening. We're starting off with breaking news. Hobbs police have arrested 18-year-old for her newborn baby. Just a warning, you might find this disturbing. The Hobbs Police Department confirmed that Avila admitted to throwing her newborn in a dumpster and leaving it there. The baby was found and taken to a nearby hospital. It's in stable condition. Avila was arrested and charged with attempted murder and child abuse. She will be in Lee County District Court tomorrow.
Ready, set, go! Stay above the influence.
Okay, let me unmute. I'm glad I let that play because she's got a weird name, Avila or something. Alexis Avila is her name. Okay. Investigators used surveillance video from the spot to identify a suspect's vehicle, then locate the mother. Alexis Avila, how you say it. Police said she confessed to giving birth and putting the infant in a dumpster. New Mexico does have a safe haven law. which would allow a person to leave an infant up to 90 days old with hospital staff without fear of criminal prosecution, so long as the child has not been subject to abuse or neglect. It's unclear if Avila was aware of the law. The closest hospital was about 4 miles from where the baby was abandoned. Um, she is due in court for an arraignment on Monday. Now, you can't tell me that she didn't think to herself, I'm going to put this baby in the dumpster and the baby will die. And then it'll get discarded in the landfill and I'll be in the clear. You know that's what she was thinking. Anybody in their right mind knows you put a newborn in the trash, most likely it's going to die. I don't got no sympathy for her. I don't care how damn old she is. 18 years old, she knows better. That's a damn adult. A 16-year-old knows better. A 15-year-old knows better than that. There was something else I wanted to share with y'all. There was 2 little kids. She could have taken that baby to a fire station, police station without being charged. Yes, that baby just absolutely no excuse. Hell, I was helping to change diapers when I was like 6. I'm the oldest of 4, and my mom used to run a daycare. LOL. I loved helping take care of my baby brother and other kids. Yeah, when I was little, we went and visited my aunt in Florida, and her daughter-in-law, she used to babysit, and I was real little, and I used to help her with this little blonde-headed baby, and I'd be changing his diapers and everything. And even at that young age, I might have been 7 or 8 years old. I knew you had to be gentle and watch the head and, all that. I knew. There's just no excuse. She didn't want nobody to know she had that baby. She wanted rid of that baby. She thought by putting it in the dumpster that it would die and get took to the landfill and nobody would know. Newsflash, woman. There was a woman that discarded her baby on the riverbank and it freaking died. And it was like 25, 30 years ago. And they just arrested her last year for it. They finally figured out who the mother was. Let me see. What else was I going to share with y'all? Oh, yeah, about them 2 little kids buried in the backyard. Let me get it pulled up. Let's see. Where is this at? Pennsylvania. Anybody from Pennsylvania? I came across this story this morning. I was like, I've got to share this. I've got to share these 2 evil bitches' pictures. Hell, I thought one of them was a boy. Hell, I didn't know. I thought that was a man until I started reading the article. Looks like a big damn druggie to me. Get down, ad. Horrific details of alleged child abuse have emerged after 2 Pennsylvania women were charged in connection with the deaths of a pair of young girls. Investigators allege the girls were regularly starved, pushed into walls, choked before they died, and were buried in a yard of a rural Hepburn Township home. Well, it don't look like that fat bitch missed many meals. God mighty. What prompted the abuse? The mother's girlfriend told police she hated the victims, according to WBRE-TV. In September, child welfare investigators began an investigation into allegations that a 7-year-old child was being neglected. While agents were visiting the child's home, they questioned the child's mother, 32-year-old Marie Snyder, about the location of her other children, 6-year-old Nicole Snyder, 3-year-old Jasmine Snyder. Oh, I like that name. 2 months later, in November, authorities found human remains buried in the yard of the mother's residence, which she shared with her girlfriend, 26-year-old Echo Butler. Is that how you say that name? Echo? Investigators later identified the remains as belonging to Nicole and Jasmine. Bless their hearts. Police subsequently interviewed Marie Snyder Butler and Butler's mother and determined that the girls likely died from physical abuse and starvation. Butler told investigators that she hated the 2 younger girls and that they were bad, according to WBRE-TV. How could you hate a child, you sick bitch, you? I'd like to get my hands on you. Butler admitted that she would knee or push the girls' bodies into walls. She would also choke Nicole until the girl's eyes would roll back in her head. Oh my God, dear God, y'all. Oh, this stuff's hard to read. Both the girls' mother and butler allegedly starved the girls, feeding them only tiny portions of food and 2 sips of water. The girls were allegedly forced to eat by themselves in a dark room, while other members of the family would have full meals and better food. As punishment, the girls were forced to have cold baths or were required to stand in a dark room or corner, at times restrained. These bitches. I'd like to get my hands on old Butler right there and the mom. Jealous of them kids, the girlfriend was. Let's see. I lost my place. Required. Okay. Authorities believe Nicole died in May 2016. In the days preceding her death, she was allegedly pale, unable to stand on her own. Her hair was falling out, court documents state. Echo admitted that she buried Nicole in the backyard. I'd like to bury you. Jasmine is believed to have died in 2017. The girl's mother allegedly received benefits intended for the children for 4 to 5 years after they died. Marie Snyder reportedly wrote letters to Butler. One letter reads, "If you want them gone, they're gone." WNEP TV reports. Another letter states, "I started to correct them, and it went very wrong. I lost one of my babies." Prosecutors have charged Marie Snyder with homicide, child abuse, theft, among a litany of other charges. Butler's been charged with homicide, tampering with evidence, abuse of corpses, and numerous other crimes. Butler's mother, Michelle Butler, faces multiple charges of endangering the welfare of children, concealing the deaths of a child, and abuse of corpses. Lycoming County District Attorney Ryan Gardner told reporters that this is among the worst crimes he has ever seen and that he will seek the death penalty. Clap for him. The death penalty will be pursued against Marie Snyder and Echo Butler, Gardner said, according to the television station. Prior to their death, they lived in and were subjected to conditions beyond comprehension. How could you do that to your own child or let this ugly looking skank beat on your kids? Well, hell, they both did it. They both did it. But I just don't understand these parents that sit there and let these boyfriends, girlfriends, step parents abuse their children. You've got to be pure evil to let something go on like that, which she was abusing her own children. But this Echo, ugly little skank right here, it looks like a boy. She was jealous of those kids. She hated them. How do you hate a child? You talk about two evil bitches right there. This little boy was also killed from abuse. I saw this morning. Dad speaks out after mom and sibling allegedly punished 6-year-old before killing him, hiding him in another state. I'll look at my chat before I read this. That's why I don't like doing true crime too much anymore. These kids' cases really get to me. Like when I was reading that part about one of the little girls being choked to her eyes went back in her head, I could see that happening in my head as I was reading it. Oh, duh, the benefits. Boy, they're all about gathering them food stamp benefits and all that other crap. You know what? In order to draw food stamps, you should have to produce your kids with you at the food stamp office, at the social services. And was these kids not in school? I just don't understand. And here their Echo, that weirdo's mother, knew about the abuse and she didn't do anything either. How do people live with their conscience? The other day I told you, I said, somewhere in the world, there's kids right now that's missing, being abused, and people don't know anything about it. And right here's a case that proves it. These kids has been missing for years. They've been dead for a long time, buried in that backyard, and nobody knew anything about it. It's sad. It's sad. Why don't bad things happen to these pedophiles? Which they're going to get their karma. And these child murderers and abusers, they will eventually get their karma. I wish I could give it to him. Let's read this other one before I get off here. This little boy, he's cute as he can be. Let's see. See what his name is. Where's this happen at? Family members accused of killing 6-year-old Illinois boy apparently tried to punish him before his death, according to reports, leaving the child's father heartbroken. During a court hearing Sunday, prosecutors said the mother, Damari Perry, identified as Janie Perry, told relatives the boy was going to be punished for something he'd done, ABC 7 reports. The punishment reportedly consisted of forcing the child to stand in a cold shower until he threw up, passed out. He never regained consciousness. Oh, she must have got that idea from the A.J. Friend case, because that happened in Woodstock, Illinois, near Woodstock, I believe. And the night that he died, his punishment was to stand in a cold shower. I think he was in there for 30 or 40 minutes. Perry reported her son, Damari Perry, missing on January 5th, a week after the boy's actual death. Perry and Damari's 16-year-old sister said the boy vanished the day before after a woman named Monique and a man known as Wacko or Chaos drove the two siblings to a party play date in Skokie. The sisters said she had several drinks and fell asleep, and when she awoke, Damari and Wacko were gone. She had a cocktail. I guess someone put something in her drink. She ended up falling asleep. When she woke up, my son was gone. When she questioned the girl about where my son was, the girl said she didn't know. Didn't know, Damari Perry previously said. Okay. Police launched an investigation, quickly determined that the evidence they found didn't match up with the story told by the family and was completely false. On Saturday morning, North Chicago police announced that Damari's body had been found near an abandoned home in the 700 block of Van Buren Street in downtown Gary, Indiana. Prosecutors, investigators, and victim support professionals worked late into the night into early morning to make sure we understood this tragic crime now. Because of their rigorous and detailed investigation, we will be able to bring Damari's killers to justice in a courtroom, Lake County State's Attorney Eric Reinhart said. Damari's father, Dalvin, told ABC 7 that he hadn't seen his son in quite some time, but got word from others about the disappearance and death. I'm lost, man. I feel like I've lost part of myself when I got the call, the boy's father said. He was the best thing you can ever have for the time that I had to spend with him. It was some of the best times that I had in my life. He was just the life of me, man. It's like you walk in the room and everybody loved him. The Lake County State's Attorney's Office later said those arrested were Janie and Jeremiah Perry and a minor sibling who was being charged in juvenile court. During Sunday's court hearing, prosecutors said Janie and Jeremiah Perry made plans on how to dispose of the child's body and how to get him back to Indiana. Prosecutors said no one bothered to call 911. Jeremiah Perry has been charged with aggravated battery, causing bodily harm to a child under 12, concealing a homicidal death, and obstructing justice. His bond was set at $3 million. He's been ordered to have no contact with the family. He's due in court again on Tuesday. Janie, however you say it, Perry did not appear in court on Sunday. She's been charged with first-degree murder, concealment of a homicidal death, and obstructing justice. The Lake County coroner is scheduled to conduct an autopsy of the boy's body on Monday. More charges could follow pending the autopsy report. Bless his little heart. Let's watch this. Sick bitches. So the teenager was involved in this too. Let this ad play and we'll watch this little video, and then I'm going to have to get off here and get some things done, guys. Damn, this is a long ad. I hate ads. That's why I never hardly put them on my videos.
No, this really hurt us.
Family members of a grieving father returning near the scene in Gary tonight.
Why you rubbing it? Yeah, man.
I'm lost, man. I feel like I lost a part of myself when I got that news.
Where his 6-year-old youngest child, Damari Perry, was found dead.
This is not replaceable. He not replaceable. We can't go back and get another Damari.
The boy's body was found Friday night in an alley between Harrison and Van Buren Streets after North Chicago police say he was reported missing Wednesday evening and apparently was last seen on Tuesday.
I only had a little time to spend with my baby, man. I wish that I had more. Basically, I just wish she was still here.
Damari's mother and a sibling initially said the boy was missing in Skokie, but investigators say the evidence didn't add up. They shifted their focus to the family's home in North Chicago. Police arresting Damari's mother, Janie Perry, his 20-year-old brother, Jeremiah Perry, and another sibling, too young to be identified.
My cousin should have been away from her. We all shocked. We all in disbelief. We all just don't understand how she let it get to this point.
Now the boy described as once having a huge personality.
He was just the life of me, man. He was just like, he could walk in the room and everybody loved him.
Is gone forever, leaving behind heartache.
She traumatized a lot of people with this.
And animosity for his accused killers.
I pray God don't have no mercy on them when they souls, so it's what they did tonight. Because they hurt my whole family.
And an autopsy will be performed on Monday to determine Damari's cause of death.
That's so sad, guys. That is so sad. Oh, there's more child.
Lori Lightfoot spoke confidently all weekend long.
There's more cases in the news. I just don't want to read anymore. It just puts me in a negative mood. When I read these cases, I can just see these weirdos abusing these kids in my head, and it really bothers me. So the whole damn family was involved in killing this little boy and beating on him and torturing him. Can you imagine, as cold as it's been, standing in a damn shower in ice cold water? Normally, you're supposed to bring them to the social service or food stamps office before COVID hit, and also the WIC office. Yeah, I know that you had to, like, when Timothy was a baby, I got WIC to help with buying his formula and stuff. And he always went to the WIC office with me. They would weigh him and things like that. Just check him. Hey, dog mom. Good morning. How are you doing? Anyways, guys, let's pray. Let's pray for all the families involved. This morning. It's sad. I can't imagine losing a child or someone in my family. Can't imagine anyone losing a child, especially a child that's been, murdered. Lord have mercy. I just don't know what's wrong with the world. I'm lost for words. These parents, some of them, they're just pure evil. I mean, you've got to have evil in you to beat on a child or anything that's, weaker than you, vulnerable, dogs, cats, anything. She's probably always been an evil bitch, the mother, and taught her teenage kids to be evil as well. Sick. Hope they give her the death penalty. I don't know. Does Illinois have the death penalty? I can't remember. It seems like they don't. I'm trying to remember back to the AJ Friend case. Maybe they do have the death penalty. I can't remember. Let me look it up and see. Following the U.S. Supreme Court's decision in Gregg versus Georgia, Illinois state legislator voted to reinstate capital punishment in 1974. So I guess they still do. Wait, Illinois banned capital punishment in 2011. So I get maybe they don't. Maybe they don't have the death penalty. All states should have the death penalty. You should get the death penalty when you kill a child. or you molest a child, sexually abuse a child, you should get the damn death penalty, because there's no rehabilitation for these weirdos. It's just hard drive wired into their damn heads. Chosen one and his girl Sparling. Yes, it's sad. Can't imagine not reporting a child missing. Me either. Like, how do people sleep at night? I tell you, I'm a little bit of a nosy person. Not too bad. I don't bother my neighbors, but the little boy, y'all have heard me talk about him, that lives across the yard from me. I call him Dennis the Menace. But last summer, I didn't see him at all, and I got worried about him. But, I didn't report anything because I know he's got grandparents in West Virginia. But one day I did see his mom out in the yard, and I started making conversation, and I found out that he was up in West Virginia with his grandparents. And it wasn't long after that they came in with him. I guess he went up there to stay with them because his mom works as a CNA. But I was asking questions in a way she wouldn't be suspicious that I was being nosy. But, I get worried. There's also a man down the road. I've been worried about him. I've not seen him in a long time. And I keep telling Mark, his wife could have him buried in the basement. We don't know. But see, he's on drugs, so he could have took off somewhere too. But still, it makes me wonder, like, where is he? It's good to be like a little bit nosy, be vigilant with your neighbors and things like that. Keep an eye out. I always wanted to foster, but I couldn't deal with the trauma and if they have to leave me. My mom tried to do foster care and she couldn't deal with it. When they gave her little kids to watch, that was fine. But she had to quit because the last foster child she had was a teenager and he stole my mom's car in the middle of the night and wrecked it. It's been several years ago, so she just couldn't do it. And, my son stays in the house with her too. And she was like, these kids has been traumatized with the older kids, what they do something to Timothy, all that. So she just quit doing it. A lot of the older kids, they are hard. They are hard to deal with. Now, my uncle and aunt, they've done foster care for years, adopted several children. They're really good at it. But gosh, there's a lot that goes on with fostering, kids that's been traumatized, especially teens. It can be rough. Anybody that's got the patience and the heart for it, hey, I applaud them. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna get off here, get some things done today. What's y'all's plans? I'm just gonna clean up the living room, and I may diamond paint a little bit. I got something wrong with my arm, and I can't straighten out my damn arm, and it's my right arm, and I'm right-handed. I don't know what it is. I've not hit anything. I got a big old bruise on me. And it's as sore as crap. The only thing I did do is fall over at the funny farm last week, but I fell on my knees. I don't know what's going on. I've got something wrong with my bones, guys. I believe I got fibromyalgia or something. Because my skin gets real sore to the touch, and I don't know. My toes curl up, like draw up. I've got a nerve problem or something. So I may just try to take it easy, but I noticed it's been rough on me trying to pick Smokey up with my daggone arm. I have to kind of carry my arm like bent up. I can't straighten it all the way out. I've been trying to lay with the damn heating pad and stuff. So I may just take it easy, just do some laundry. It's all nasty outside. We got all that snow. Then the temperature warmed up. Then it rained yesterday, so it's just been all nasty. Have a good day at work, Dog Mom. Thank you. I got to organize stuff. I can't stand messy closets, everything. Oh, gosh, me too. We're like borderline hoarders around here. Not really. Like, every time I get a package, Mark will say, oh, we should keep that box. That's a good box. Y'all wouldn't believe the damn boxes I had to crush the other day. They was piled all the way up to my damn sewing table. And I was like, this crap's going. We're borderline hoarders here. Now, we're never going to use these boxes. They've got to go. I need to get my makeup organized and my bathroom and stuff. I got some new eyeshadow palettes coming. I should have them this week. I'll show y'all. I got the Hocus Pocus one. ColourPop had a sale. So I got the Hocus Pocus palette and candle combo, the Black Flame candle, for 21 bucks. I bought myself a birthday gift. And then I bought myself an Aquarius eyeshadow palette from ColourPop. And then I bought the Orchid one. It's purple. And then I bought me 2 pairs of pajamas. Hey, it was my money. And it's my birthday. And I need pajamas. I got a new pair for Christmas from Sapphire. But I needed some for this spring. So I got on that Shein, something other website, it sells those TikTok leggings. And I got me 2 pairs of pajamas, tops and bottoms, for 25 bucks. They had good reviews. One's a tie-dye set, and one's got like the moon and stars on it. We're going to see the quality of them. If I like them, I'm going to order me a couple bathing suits from there. I mean, they got some good deals. The only thing about it is it comes from China. Yes, it comes all the way from China. RNA, oh my God, you sound just like me. Hey, I keep everything. Hey, if you send me something through the mail, I keep it. If you send me a card, I keep the envelope and everything. I'm going to get me an album. And I'm going to put all my stuff in that people send me. Like, Sapphire, I've got 1 million cards from her. I've got some from Mommy Mars and stickers and stuff like that. And I want to make me a YouTube scrapbook for all the things I get sent. Because I'm one of those sentimental people. I even keep the tags off stuff sometimes. I have no idea why. I keep lotion bottles, like my son gets me Bath and Body Works lotion. When they're empty, I won't throw them away because Timothy bought it for me. I'm becoming a hoarder, y'all. My house is clean. It just needs to be organized. So, anyways, guys, I'm going to get off here. Y'all have a great day. Be safe, be kind, peace, and I'll see y'all in the morning. Hopefully at 10:30.